On this episode, we take an opportunity to see the world through a different and unique lens. My guest is Jordan, the creative force behind Post It Random, a photography brand built around one of life's most important elements, randomness. Jordan has built an incredible life embracing that very idea. After being given a unique opportunity in motocross, he turned it into a career as a go-to creator for motocross media, concerts, and his work with peak fighting. We also talk about what it really means to be heavily tattooed, a conversation I've wanted to have for a long time, and one that might not end exactly the way you think. Let's jump in. Okay. I've never asked somebody this first, but like I'm really interested. Are you a music person? You listen to music?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna play. Well, can we play a quick game?
Let's do it. I love games.
Okay. We're gonna play. Guess. Well, I guess you already have kind of an advantage. But we're gonna play. Guess what kind of music you listen to. But you go first, guessing what kind of music I listen to, because I have no idea. But just looking at you,
Yeah.
I have no idea what kind of music you'd listen to.
I absolutely love that. I love that very much. And I wanna you look like you might have a 311 tattoo.
I do not.
Dang.
But shout out to my friend Josh, because we always make fun of him because he loves 311. And he likes like banging White Claws on his jet ski listening to 311.
Well, I guess you are who you hang out with.
He's by himself.
I tried, hey, I want to wear glasses if you're wearing glasses.
Yeah. Well, these are prescriptions so I can see also.
Mine are going to hide my emotions.
Can you truly do that? Can you hide your emotions behind your glasses?
Don't you have to?
Well, I had someone tell me one time, because I wear sunglasses like this a lot, and I think I had put them on like a coaching picture or something like that, and they were like, I want to see your eyes. And I was like, what for?
What for?
What do you need to see my eyes for?
Yeah.
But there is something when you can't see someone's eyes. I guess it does. Hey, no. Hey, back up. There's a show that's called, it's called Updating or something like that, where two people come in blindfolded and they decided they like each other and they take their blindfolds off. And I was sitting, I'd never seen the show before, and I was sitting with my buddy Joe, and they're showing them, and I'm like, well, are they going to look really different when you see their eyes? You know what I mean? Like, how different will their face look?
I think of this all the time. Don't get off the 311 tattoo, but you
Okay.
gotta.
Okay. And so they took their masks off, and the dude looked like what I thought he would look like in my mind.
Yeah.
The girl did not look like what I thought, and it really changed how she looked to me. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize your eyes have that big of an impact.
Yeah. No, I think of it all the time. Because, like, what a disappointment it is sometimes when, like, you see somebody and they do take those glasses off. And it's not that, they're weathered or tired. It's just like, oh, that's not how I built the expectation.
It's like the first person that came to mind is Billy Gibbons. Like, if he took his sunglasses off. I mean, he does every once in a while, but it's just like, put your sunglasses back on.
That's how I would think about Stevie Wonder.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of a different reason, though, right?
I mean, we could see it.
I wonder, do you think Stevie Wonder wore his glasses at home?
I think that Stevie Wonder can see.
You're on the Stevie Wonder can see side?
1,000,000%.
Okay. What was the Stevie Wonder fact that pushed you over the edge where you're like, I'm on the side of he can see?
Is when you're by anyone who's blind, they don't act like they're blind. They're just kind of like, oh, you're kind of like, oh, snap. Like, let me help out and just get out of the way. And you watch him and you're kind of like, nobody has that, like what's he going to do? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of nerve wracking. Like, you just want to be respectful. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the other people. They just act so normal around him. And that's cool. That's his people. But, You know, that's because it's my perspective, and that's why I'm watching, and he's able to do what he does.
Do you think that he's just really good? Like if he is blind, but he has all of his other senses are just like really heightened, and that's why it appears that he might could see?
1,000,000%. He took the daredevil route. That's good. That's really good.
Stevie Wonder, like you've never seen him before, as Daredevil.
That's a Netflix movie if I've ever seen one.
And then he's on top of the building. He's like, no New Year's Day.
Dude. Oh
No
my
chocolate
gosh.
cover candy hearts. What?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Anyways, what was the 311 tattoo? So do you have a 311 tattoo?
No.
Okay, so why did you think I had a 311 tattoo? That's good.
Because like you
Look like a guy that would have a 311 tattoo.
like you know what I mean? Like you and I, if we were walking in HEB, we'd both be like, yeah, he gets it. You know what I mean? And we would just keep walking.
Okay, but do you think there's a certain level there's a certain level of tattooing you have to join the club? Does that make sense? Of like you get it? Okay, go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When I see somebody who's heavy, I was gonna say too heavily tattooed, I stay away from them.
Oh my gosh. I've been wanting to ask this question for like the last week. I'm not even making this up. What is too heavily, or what is, no. What is heavily tattooed? At what point are you heavily tattooed?
To me, once I see your face,
It's on your face?
yeah, even if you don't have a tattoo anywhere else, even if you have one tattoo here, you realize really quickly you can't turn that off. You can't. You could be in the worst mood. Somebody's coming up, and they're coming probably like they're gonna ask something. They're gonna ask something, man. Like you could find out the worst news. It's here comes somebody. They're gonna ask something.
You know what's so funny about that? Is like, I get asked a lot about my tattoos.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing you say is, if you get tattoos on your faces or like your hand, it turns up a level of people questioning stuff.
And that's heavily tattooed.
That's heavily tattooed. Oh, bro.
You know what? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Man, that's heavily tattooed, bro. Like you went to something that you can't like go if I could just get it removed. Go try. Go see if you could spend that one that's $750 and then like you got 14 sessions to go. Like, yeah, right. Like that's heavily tattooed.
Have you had anything removed?
I went for it.
What did you go for to get removed?
I tried my neck, my forehead, and my hands.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, because you're just like, you're confused. You're like, oh my gosh, like what the heck is going on? Like, did I make a mistake? And like, you're listening to strangers and they're in the back of your head too. And like, hey man, you need to just like, go get a job. Like you need to figure it out. Blah, blah. And you're like, what? Like, oh, maybe these people are right. You know, you question it. And then one day you go, you know what? Let's get more. Like, let's just flip it. But it's not the tattoos that I'm after. It's not, you know what? Yeah, it is. I just like being tattooed. I don't care what it is. I don't care. They're still just as cool. Like, I like to lift my hat a little bit. And then, like, you're just like, oh, bam. But that's my personality. Like, it doesn't, I haven't gotten one in, like, years. Like, probably 3 years. But it's like, they're covering a blank canvas. And people are like, oh, man, that's your temple. And I'm like, you ever been inside a temple? Like, have you ever even looked inside? It looks like this. Like, it looks like this. And, like, what I really like about it is no matter what, AI can't keep up with the human body. Like, it's too, you can get a tattoo somewhere and, like, do something, and it's not going to scan it perfectly. Like, yeah, they'll scan you, but who knows? I don't know, man.
No. Like, hey, I like that because I was thinking, okay, so like, there's some kind of movie, right? Because I always think about like, I do think about this. You know, they've gone after everybody, right?
Yeah.
Every type of race and gender and religion, stuff like that.
Yeah, everyone.
Hey, when are they coming for the tattooed people? You know what I mean? When are they coming for the tattooed people? Because they're coming at some point.
I'll say this, man. This year, since the middle of January, I've ran 200 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. And you learn a lot on that road. Damn, that's the first time I've thought about it. Yeah, you learn a lot. I lost, dude. That blew my mind. I wasn't expecting that at all.
What's that? Say, tell me more. Tell me more.
Man, I'd go do it right now.
What do you mean?
I just go run. Just put on my Adidas, my Adizeros, and just go. Just go. It's I'm totally addicted right now.
Okay, hold real quick.
Yeah.
Don't say too much. Headphones, no headphones.
That's up to you.
No, but what do you prefer?
It don't matter to me.
Like, so you sometimes you run with headphones, sometimes you don't?
What I can adapt to anything.
Okay, and
you're the conductor of it. I say we rock headphones so that way you can check the audio levels.
And when you do pick headphones, you pick music or podcast? When you do choose headphones?
I use these it's not music. It's not always music. It's not podcasts. Sometimes I just want to steal the energy from the ground. So I'll put on some binary beats.
Okay.
There's some frequency tones. And it just, and it hits it so hard. And I love affirmations. I love affirmations. And so I'll listen to it in music form, and I'll listen to different stories, in the sense of I like listening. I've obsessed about Buddhism and Hinduism and Satanism, and all of it brought me to what I've been on lately, which is Christianity. And just in the book of it, what it is and how you follow. And I've been listening in word song through gospel, but it's the Bible, but it's songs. And so it's done by AI. And it sings the whole books. And so it's crazy because my guy don't come in until Matthew. So that's like a chunk of that thing before you get to all right, this is what I was waiting for. I'm addicted to a few things right now.
Okay, so back to the original question. What kind of music do I listen to? You said 311. That was your final.
Oh no.
Okay, so but I'm gonna go ahead and guess yours.
Okay.
Besides,
yeah, I'm gonna say 311. I'm gonna stick to it.
Okay. Besides, I didn't know I was gonna go AI singing the Bible. I didn't know that was
funny.
I didn't know that was a choice.
Oh my God, so funny.
Okay, I'm gonna. You know how you did it through. I'm gonna do it through one. This feels like a layup. I mean, it feels just super obvious, but I can't EDM type stuff, dance music.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so funny.
No,
yeah, 1,000,000%. I listen to a lot of Russian rave music.
What?
Yeah.
There's Russian rave.
Welcome to Russia, Sukat. Oh man. When I'm done with everything of my craziness, when I do listen to stuff that gets me going, Russian rave music is the coolest music you'll ever listen to.
Oh, I gotta check this out.
Oh, you put on you got it. Yeah. Then you put them in. Not these.
Yeah.
Put them in, and dude,
because it's just doom, doom, doom.
Oh, doom, and it's you can see it. You can see them going. It's like a Blade, the movie. That's how I visualize it all. And it's just.
It reminds me of what was that movie? Was it Triple X? In the first one, don't they meet up with some Russian something or another?
Yeah,
and they infiltrate
1999.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh man. Sorry, Mike.
How do you? Okay, this is super random. How do you feel about the movie? Oh yeah, we can get into that. How do you feel about the movie Waterworld?
I am grateful that what is his name?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner was able to get that many films. I'm glad that goes to show that we all got it because man, there you go, man.
Me and my girlfriend are the only two people I know that like this movie. So whenever I ask somebody, yeah, do you like it?
Of course, I like it.
Okay, but people don't like it though.
Then go to Universal Studios and enjoy it live, and then watch it.
Okay. That was super random. When you came in, so you brought me. Thank you so much for all the things you brought me. But you brought me a glove.
Yeah.
It's a glove.
Yeah,
Was that what you call it?
there I see it.
Okay. And you said this is from work.
Yeah,
Okay, so what do you do?
I work.
Because I know you do photography, but what do you do?
I work for an organization, well, a promotion, and it's Peak Fighting Championship, and it's like nothing I've ever done, and I've had some pretty cool on the road jobs, and I'll take their stuff, like the cage and everything, I'll drive it to a venue, and then I'll set it up with like a team of people, the whole cage, everything, and then there's people like setting up the lights and everybody, and then it's showtime, and well, pretty much it's showtime. I then am ringside and take all the photos. And so like it's like you're in this whole groove. And it's good. It's needed. It's really needed. And I'm very grateful for it. I love working for them. I think they're the funniest. I think they're psychotic. I think that they're strange. And I've done this a million times. I feel like with other organizations and stuff. And they make me want to do it. Like I want to do it because when it's going and everyone's flowing and those fighters are like going for it, like there's Luis, the guy who's like head of media and all that. He made up this thing that's like a knockout bounty, and then it's cool incentives. They're smart, and when it works, you just see this little rose coming out of the concrete, and you're like, oh baby. And I'm telling you, our fighters are the best. Our fighters are. I don't even want to single anybody out. I don't. I wish I know exactly who I would say immediately, but they all deserve the same credit, whether it's their first fight or they fought 10 times before. Like our fighters are the best, hands down.
Okay, so you said I've done this a million times in different organizations.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me about that. Tell me what did you like? Tell me about the organization. Tell me about what you've done.
Professional motocross.
That's what you did or
No,
do?
so like did the same thing. Went set everything up. Like we would all meet up and like let's say do you know anything about professional motocross? Like
Have you ever played a psych bike?
wow.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't. I know very little. I had a friend that did it. He got hurt a lot.
Okay, so
Like he fell a lot. You know what I mean?
man, that is such a cool world. That is such a cool world. I worked for the Outdoor Nationals. I worked for Monster Energy Supercross, and then when it became like SMX, I left. Woo! That's a whole world. They're cool. I'm not healed from any of that shit. That was my first like give it your all. You know what I mean? Like you give it your all and then it's gonna work out. And then when it doesn't, you're like, and then you go do something else and you put all your love into that and then it does work. So I got one that didn't work.
Well,
That pissed me off.
You kind of have to know how it doesn't work to know when it works almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cause I got everything I was said. Like I got to like become really cool with Davey Coombs, who's the man of the whole sport to me, the whole industry. And he really put it out for me and put me in lots of different issues of Racer X magazine. That's cool.
That's
I've
really
never
cool.
talked about any of this.
Okay, so I want you to
Yeah.
rewind further,
Yeah.
and I want you to tell me. You can move that mic around if you want to. If
Get
you
over
want
here,
like,
Mike. Michael. to be
tell
respectful.
me the first job that gets you into all these jobs. Tell me the very first job that pointed your ship in the direction of all these great jobs. or, unique jobs?
Yeah, being a welder and Leander. That's what did it. That's what did it. And then I like lived in a van for a couple months, and I'd always like visualize like you. This is like a 2 minute to make a really short story really long.
Well, I got time. Go
Okay,
ahead.
cool.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'd be living in this little van, right? And I was like, oh snap! And I was a welder, and I was like going about it. I was like, dang. I was just reading all these books. I went to Barnes and Noble because that was the first thing I could figure out at Lakeline. And I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. Like, I like would go there and read all these like self-help books and just memorize them, and then go back to the van and I'd like focus, and it felt like this story was happening to like 20 different, like to one person, but it was like different books that I was reading. And then I would be like, oh man, I'm so grateful that from what I learned from it all is I was like, man, I'm grateful I went to Africa, and I put myself like in it, look around, and I was there, man. I was there. And then one day I got the opportunity to go to Africa, and I went and came back, and I was like, well, this is real. Like, what do we do? Nothing was normal since that. And so I was just like, I'm grateful I'm a photographer. And then this boat came, and somebody was like, hey, you want to be a stagehand? And I was like, oh yeah. Ooh, this is a bad story. Yeah. Ooh, I don't even know how to go about that.
Hey, you hold tight.
I have no clue how to go about that, dog. Basically, I found out like I had a stepbrother, like through my stepdad, and he was on the same crew. He ends up dying. So I didn't give that boy any love. And then weird fucked up time. I ended up burning all bridges. Me. Got myself kicked out. And then was like, fuck it. Let's do it again. And I changed the things I could about me. Then you learn how to just slow it all down. Still hit. Slow. But I'm just as crazy as I always have been. But it's like, it's tamed. But I got a cool opportunity to work Supercross. Found out I had a stepbrother. I've never talked about any of this shit. Well, I did with a really good person at a Swap Moto Live, but like it's weird because that's how I got into it. Was just like my stepdad knew somebody because he's really really big with motocross. Like I just say motorcycles. You know what I mean? I don't really care what anyone else does. I don't know if that makes me super selfish, but like I just kind of like I feel like I've been rattled real hard. So it's like, cool, I'm glad you do that. Awesome. And if it makes you good, awesome. I love that. Other than that, I don't know anything. So make it go. Do your thing, dog. And so he's really good with motorcycles, the world of it. Teaches people, teaches big classes, owns shops, everything. And like it's like my stepdad, right? Because like before my mom died, they all met. It's a long story, man, but had a really cool like step brother. But like I didn't give that dude no love. No love. I was learning about me. You know, get what I'm saying? Like I went from being like a hardened little troll. And then like you're like, damn dog, you're not. You're a lion. Like stop being such an idiot. And so like you just teach yourself. Not teach yourself. You don't teach yourself nothing. You get to a point where you just get over your own shit. I got over my own shit.
The death of your ego?
Every day, because boy, do I love having an ego.
Oh, don't we all?
Oh, I love it so much because it gets me to move.
Yeah.
Like, it gets me to move. I don't care. Attack me, post at random, do it. I don't care. But, like, I just like the game of chaos. I do. It's not as crazy as it used to be. But, like, I like the game of chaos. Like, right now, where we are in the world, I'm chilling. Like, when COVID hit, I was like, oh my God, you guys all feel what I feel. Welcome. Sucks. And then everything kind of just, I stopped being like, with that, that restless leg syndrome. And people are like, stop, turn that shit off. Turn it off. You go through everything, then you teach yourself, like, you don't teach yourself. Something else is teaching you. You're not teaching yourself anything. You're just blessed enough that you can pick up little clues.
You're the stick in the stream.
Dang. Does this have caffeine in it?
A little bit.
Holy cow.
Not a lot, though. You cold? You
I don't know. I'm good. I'm just dramatic.
Fair.
That's how I love to be.
When you said, okay, I'm trying to keep up.
Good luck, dog.
Your step brother.
Yeah.
Is that okay? When you said that you didn't give him any love, was it because like you were angry?
Hell yeah.
What were you angry about?
That I didn't know how to like give off the same energy. But I had already worked on myself. I already went to Africa. I had already accomplished these things, but I still didn't know how to interact with people where I could calm it down and blend in. Like people act like they're this wolf and they're wearing like sheep's wool. I can't do that. Like to me, there's the sheep, there's the wolf, and there's the shepherd. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like the shepherd is what protects the sheep. And so like there is none of that to me. I don't know, but I don't blend in. I blend in with a graffitied wall. You know, thank you.
I get it.
We'll go with the C311 soon. Man.
I don't dislike 311, by the way. I just want to put that, not that anybody cares.
Man, come original.
But like, I will say this. I think this is fair at my age. 311 was the first time as a white kid that I was like, oh, like white people could rap?
That's
like,
so funny.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because there was no white guys doing that style of rap that I was listening to.
Yeah.
You know, they were the closest thing to doing it. You know what I mean? And there was other, like there's all like Sublime and all these other, but like that's all we had. Like that's all there was. You know what I mean? To be relatable to. It almost felt like you're constantly being a phony. Like I felt like a phony. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because like you go like, that's in a weird way. I was like, well, that's not my music. I also grew up in a town of 5,000 people, so maybe that had to do with it. You know what I mean? But it was like it was this bridge for me to go like, oh, like someone that looks like me can do that. Probably like how, I don't know, black kids felt about Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Or Magic Johnson.
Who is
until
your
he got
favorite
AIDS.
band?
What's that?
Who's your favorite band?
My favorite band.
I'm saying band because like, there's tons of different like musicians, blah, 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 blah. Band.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it because it's the first one comes up. It's Van Halen.
Really?
Yeah. Fucking love. I love Van Halen. Like I don't have my board. I have I have Van Halen.
I don't see anything.
I have custom Van Halen made pants. Look, there's a Van Halen album right there.
Where?
Right there in the middle. Where's this?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
I have a little thing on my Instagram that is the Van Halen, you know, like his guitar, you know, like the little stripey whatever.
Yeah.
And underneath it says right now. Like that's what's happening right now.
Whoa.
Stupid.
No, that's amazing.
So it must be that must be my favorite band. I've never thought about it though. I never thought about really like who's my favorite band, but they would be up there definitely.
it's what I categorize that is like when you're just driving or something and you're listening to your own music, like what ends up playing the most is your favorite band, and mine is 1,000,000% Limp Bizkit.
Really?
Every mood I have is there's something in there.
Did you hear the Limp Bizkit song I was playing earlier? Dad
Oh,
Vibes?
of course. Oh my gosh. That's how I knew I was in the right place. I was like, all right, cool, I could chill.
Hey, because like, you know, like, okay, one, I've been looking for an original Limp Bizkit t-shirt on eBay for like a hot minute. So expensive.
Do you know why?
Okay, I'll go. Why?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I really don't know why.
They don't let any of that art out. Like they don't have merch. There's nothing.
Oh.
They make their money from touring.
I mean, and so I want a t-shirt so bad, but like I'm not willing to put up $150 for a t-shirt. I've already done that here. This is how you know Van Halen is like my favorite band. I don't know if this proves anything. There's a shirt that I have where it has like a dinosaur type like robot monster on the front. On the bottom it says Van Halen, and on the back of it says Van Halen kicks ass. Okay, and apparently in 1989, extra large meant medium.
Oh,
or time and shrinking, right? Because I would spend like $100 and it would be a really nice one, you know, barely worn, but it would just be like just a little too tight, just a little too tight for me, right?
Yeah.
And then I get another one, same thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna find one. And then I was heartbroken. That was a really random story.
No,
but
I love that.
Van Halen, I mean, that has to be, right? That has to be it.
Yeah.
But I am down with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, man. 1,000,000%.
Oh, fair, not fair. There's no one that does Limp Bizkit better than Limp Bizkit.
Like Riff Raff.
Right.
Nobody does Riff Raff like Riff Raff.
That's wild.
That's what makes it unique. Like everyone's like, ooh, this sound, ooh, this. It's like I can't judge it that way because there's other things that I want. There's different moods, you know what I mean? And like, but I don't know. You can't judge an artist through just one lens. I don't know. It's messed up.
Okay. All right. So you asked me if I got in a car, what would I listen to first?
1,000,000%.
Okay. Now, I mean, there are others like this is one. If I can name other people that I'm really into that no one would even know, right? Just like random ass dudes. But the one that like if you go, maybe maybe it was this one person to listen to like for the rest of your life. I'm not gonna. It's probably gonna be Kanye West.
Yeah. I understand that.
And so when you said you can't look at someone through one lens,
yeah,
it's just like anybody else on this planet. It's like I'm a dad, I'm a son, I'm a brother.
Yeah.
There's multiple. I'm an artist, I'm a creator, like, you know, and maybe I'm not great in some of these other things, but like I just because I'm a genius in one area, it's high possibility these other areas going to slip. And you've seen it through the past history of people that are geniuses in music and art, how the rest of their life kind of struggles. Well, what are you going to do when you put that much superpower in one area? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It's funny you say it like that. The way I say it is I'm this avatar and I'm not a welder. I'm not a photographer. I'm not an artist. These are things that I like lock onto my belt. These things that I can do.
Put in your pocket.
Yeah, these are my skills.
Oh, it's like a utility belt.
It's like a utility belt. And like,
be the Batman of your own life.
so exactly. Because somebody's got to save the little kid that you once were.
Say more.
Like, the only way you're going to heal from all of your stuff is that if you go and take care of that one that like you used to be looking in the mirror when you were little and you can remember your reflection, you got to remember like that's still the same little kid. All that's happened is experience. And so like you got to like take care of that kid. Woo!
Okay, how did you figure that out? When did you come to figure that out? Because I think that's a very that's obviously a super healthy mindset, right?
Yeah. In like Buddhism, the only way to like it's Buddhism. Oh my God, my brain. Anyway, to reach nirvana, don't quote me on Buddhism.
Yeah.
To reach nirvana, you have to become like childlike again. And then all of a sudden, years later, when you've read everything else and you get to this other one, to reach like nirvana again, you have to become Christ-like. And Christ-like is just like becoming childlike. It's pure. And so if you go through all this experience, it doesn't matter about this book. Like, it does matter. Like, but it's like, look at it as like the relationship with this dude that's just like book and like put on for you. Like, that's pretty dope. Like, I kind of like, I respect that as a person. Like, I respect Martin Luther King. Like, I respect anybody else. You get what I'm saying? Like, anyone else. But that's like, I can relate to that. Like, I feel like the calmer version of me could like calm it down. But like, there's somebody that could, and I don't know, it's cool. It's cool that so many of these different things lead to one thing, and then you find out like a side, like get the books away, give everything away. This person like helped people that are just have no idea which way to go. And like, that's kind of cool. That's cool to me. That's cool to me. And so I just, I try to go with like looking out for that childhood. Like, what did I want to like do when I was a kid? Like, what could I do now? Could I like figure out how to take my camera? And in this world, so many people like, there's so many things that just came to my head at once. Basically, the bar set so low. Like, go for it. Like, look out for that kid. Look out for it. Like, it doesn't matter. Don't follow just the trends. Like, what you said Van Halen. So like, think about it. Like, what if like that time's gone? Like, but what if you could sit down with just members or sit at a drum set or sit at like a guitar and just take that energy? That's what I like that.
Was these like these ideas and like epiphanies and the things you're saying, is this the product of the really rocky period that you alluded to earlier?
I recently healed from like my assumptions of my mother's chaos while she was alive.
Say more.
My mom died in 2016, and not until this prior month, did I like heal from like the disappointments, the letdowns, all that. You know, because like you growing up and you're like, oh, your parents, whether you think they care about you or not, I've realized that like the things that traumatized you when you were little was just Tuesday, was just Thursday to your parents. Like the days that they forgot things about you. Think about it now. You're doing it like you're not meaning to, but you're help building somebody else's portfolio. Whether and you can't sit there and always be afraid of making the wrong mistake. Like you can't. You just got to live, and you know one day you're gonna get yelled at by your kids. Like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like, "Wait, you're gonna look at them and be like, that's not how that went at all." Like, but I healed from all that. And then like I was like, but that doesn't take account that like when she was older, blah blah blah. Dude, my mom had my sister when she was 16. If you got to say anything after that, you're a douche.
Yeah.
And it felt like chains just fell off. And I was like, cool. I can down with that.
So how did you? Do you have kids? You don't have kids, do you? So how did you come to these perspectives? Because I came to those perspectives by having a kid. Right. So how did you come to that?
That camera.
Say more.
That camera and like my best friends, family friends, all having kids. just kind of like
Seeing
taking in
it.
their energy and seeing how they changed and adapt. And then I go through mine. You know, Ice-T once said this,
No, great.
but he was talking like, somebody was like, how do you and your wife work? And he was like, well, she comes from like a really wealthy family and I come from the hood. But they understood a scale, the least pain to the most pain. And then they like learned this metric system of like, oh, I can understand that, like a level 7. Like, and that's how it did. And I put that kind of in my own life. And it does work. Like measuring it out and it, allowing yourself to pour your little vials and canisters into other ones, like giving, instead of getting raging mad over things that your friends, if they don't have time or whatever it is, like you learn in your own experiences when you smash into the wall and when life hits you really hard, like, okay. And then like just to watch other people's enjoyment, to watch like kids weren't there a week ago and now there's this baby. Like it's regardless if you care about anybody, you're going to care about it. And I've been fortunate enough to like be able to see that with friends and like see their kids growing. And you're just like, what the heck? Like, how, what? And when you see so much like death, and then you go the opposite direction and you see like all your friends having kids, because like that's kind of cool. And then you got to see it from a different perspective. Like you got to see life from a different, two different ones. I don't got to have them for me to be smart enough to learn from other people's choices. You know what I mean? I don't know what fentanyl's like, but I guarantee you I could go, that probably feels good. Look what it's doing.
So I didn't have my daughter until I was 45. Right?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm 50, so she's 5,
Yeah.
right? And I'm really kind of in a weird way so glad I didn't have her one day earlier. You know what I mean? Because everything that I went through leading up to her, like I was just a fucking wreck. I was a wreck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't have anything together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like nothing I was going to give positive to a kid. And now I'm in a place where I can give her the type of parent that she deserves. You know what I mean?
1,000,000%.
But like that had to happen apparently on the scale of me turning 45, right? Like it had to be this
Yeah.
delayed scale. But I mean, like this is why like I feel like David Letterman can't stop doing late night television on Netflix, is because his kids he had that kid like really late.
Yeah.
It must have given him some new invigoration about,
Of course.
because that's what not that I'm David Letterman, but that's what I feel. She gives me this inspiration of who she is and how beautiful and naive she is about things.
Yeah.
That I'm like, why don't I think that way? You know what I mean? Why can't it be that way? You know, why can't, does that make sense?
1,000,000%, because one day you realize like you are. It's just about other subjects, because what have you learned about yourself in the past 5 years that you were naive to, that you can go 100% you were right about?
I was selfish.
Bop.
That's the biggest lesson I learned. Like, man, you're and like if you ask my friends, I feel like they would say, "Oh, you're nice and you were generous," but the attitude and intentions behind the things that I did were extremely selfish.
You know, that is so relatable, because when people are like, you should just naturally want to do that good thing, that isn't who I became once life threw rocks at my face. Like, I learned to push back, and then that has to become a conscious thing. Like, it's conscious. Like, when I am trying to do something for somebody, I'm doing it on purpose. I'm 100% conscious of it. Why? Because I was so selfish. And man, when Dio was in Black Sabbath, he said, the less that you give, you're a taker. Like,
Oh,
ooh. Ugh. I couldn't take that. And so like I learned, and like life gives me so much. It gives me whatever I think about the most. So if I'm being negative, it gives me that. If I'm being positive, it gives me that.
Okay. Was there like a defining moment that gave you this mindset? Because you like I feel like we're on the same wavelength of
Yeah.
what it means to be one with God or the universe or all that good jazz, right? But they're like, what was your like come to Jesus moment that flipped it for you?
When everybody, it wasn't a one moment, it was a many moments, but it's what got repetition. It's when I kept hearing, it's funny you say that. When I kept hearing that, I knew something else was
Hearing what?
like when somebody would say that to me, like we'd be in a normal conversation and I'd tell them something, they'd be like, it's funny you say that because today,
Oh, really?
and I would hear that so many times. And I'm like, there's something more to this game. There's something more to this whole thing we're doing. And that's why I like it. That's why I said an avatar. That's why I said these are my skills because, man, it's another tangent.
Go.
Man, if this was a video game, what would it, when you put in the game of Earth, you did it, bam, and now you get to pick like your character. Your avatar comes up. What's he wearing? What's he look like?
Okay,
like,
wait, hey, real quick. Is this first person or third person? Like, is it a first person
ooh, we
shooter?
can go crazy taxi style. It depends on what you want. Like it's different modes.
Okay,
right?
I gotta have third person.
Yeah.
Do you play video games?
Not anymore.
Okay. Did you play first person? Were you a first person
Both.
guy?
If I was playing crazy taxi,
I think I'm just an old person.
Yeah.
Really old people that grew up with like Nintendos.
okay. Well, then here if you were playing this game and you came up to
What would my character be?
What would you're playing you. So what would your character you look like? What is it? Just you. What's he wearing?
I mean, like it would be this. Like this is what I would wear.
What would be in your right hand? What would be in your left?
Oh man, I never thought about that. Probably like some sort of, we'll say like a Walkman, like or
Okay.
like it'd have to be a music device.
Okay.
I don't want to say phone, but like we'll say like an iPod. I don't know. Music in one hand, and then the other hand would be
Is your gift to the world?
like it's my free hand.
Okay. Oh, I like that. See, mine's a journal and mine's a camera.
But I think that's just good. But I
No, I like that because that means it gives you infinite like usage.
Okay. Well, so like it's like, what is Cincinnati? I need to turn them up. I'll worry about it later. If in one hand I have what fills me,
Yeah.
then the other hand I can give to others to help fill them.
Yep.
Right? It's like, and it makes like a flow.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
And that's the goal.
Yeah. This is also like very random. Like I never.
I like that you use that word.
Yeah. I like. I've never thought to leave the other hand empty. It just came out of my mouth.
Yeah, and that's what you naturally know.
Right. So what does that mean? Who's giving me that information? Right.
Boom, boom, boom.
Do you see what I mean?
And I obsessed about that.
Say more.
I became obsessive then I realized like I became like shorter with people. The like more I became like beautiful on the inside, the like shorter I am now and still working on it. It's not that it's weird because I'll be in such a beautiful mood and seriously anybody can say something to me and I will have the most sarcastic, rude thing to say back. It's not because I'm in a bad mood. I just like the art inside that I'm creating. And I feel like when somebody comes and talks to me, I can't switch filters fast enough.
Right.
You get fast enough because I'm in a great mood. But I'm thinking, I'm in there. I got like my camera and journal. Cool. Right now I have 2 daggers and I'm jumping off the crow's nest on a ship and someone's like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I go back to whatever I'm mentally working on in there.
Do you so my girl no. My girlfriend's a musician, right?
Yes.
And let me back that up. She's a musician and an artist. And she always tells me, like, she's like, I just want to paint for the act of painting,
Yeah, I get that.
right? Like the feeling of
A
painting.
painting.
And I feel like she's described similar things, what you're saying. Like, it's like you have to get that out. Otherwise, it's just like rambling around your head. Like, you know what I mean? There has to be an outlet for doing art. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you have to. It's your creativity part, and then there's your purpose part, and then what's the other one? There should be 3 of them. There's your purpose, your creativity, and then like responsibility. No, I don't know what it is. I forgot, but I know there's 3 of them. That's probably why I slip every now and then, but I always get back up.
You know, kind of sometimes it's like, if you can make it out, if you, my life was fantastic. Nothing really bad happened to me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I had to learn different lessons later in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think sometimes, like, whether you learn the lessons really, really early, and unfortunately how young you are and how you respond to that, but it's the lessons are going to be taught at some point, and you really don't get you don't get to choose sometimes when they're being taught and how they're being taught. You know what I mean?
And you know when you lose one, and then it takes a little time, but then you know you won one. It just wants to see, like, do you actually believe that you've won it? And then, like, the ones that you lose, like when you're being tested by life, you know when you've lost the lesson. You know you've lost the test, is what I mean.
Tell me the last time you lost.
I haven't. I mean, because it happens every day. It happens over every little thing. Like, there's times, the other day, dude, 3 days ago, I physically, get on my face, I physically hit my forehead into things. I hit it into the wall. I hit it into the doorknob. I hit it into the counter. I hit it into the stovetop. When I was walking by this stupid contraption where I was working, I went to turn my head and I smacked straight into it. I hit my head so many times to the point where I would have already like gave that like Cuba Gooding Jr. like I would have like invisibly touched like swing at the air. What was that? Boys in the Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
So okay, so that all that happens inside, like those emotions and feelings happen inside.
Of course. Because you only have your perspective.
And so, what gives you? I'm just gonna make an assumption that you have found peace around this on some level, right? Like all these feelings and stuff, like the way we've been talking.
Yes, I put them all in canisters in my mind.
Okay, so what gives that to you? Where do you get that to take care of that?
I feel like I've reached the half of my life point, and so like now it's redemption. So I get in there with a mad scientist, because you can be anything, but if it's not packaged well, if it's not tamed, if it's not controlled, it's just immature. It's not attractive. Like, not sexually or anything like that. It's just not attractive. It's not cool. You're an artist, but you can't have any stability like with your artistry to get in there and have mastery. Like, I don't know. That's like the king inside me, like puts down the knife, puts down the sword, and is like, learn how to sharpen this. It's done involuntarily, because if you want to get better at your craft, yes, you have to lose your mind more, but you have to know how to get back to shore by yourself, because you're going into depths that people can't relate to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're going into places that you know people can't relate to, then you can't get mad at them for not knowing what they don't know.
It's like when Tom Hanks came back from the island on Castaway.
Yeah, yes.
And he's like, man, y'all don't know shit.
Yeah.
You know, it must be nice to have like clothes and a house, and you know what I mean? Like you must have this totally new perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but we got to point out the obvious Tom Hanks and an island joke. It's somewhere in there, but we'll get back to the normal. Yeah, no, totally different perspective. It's just another lens, and there's infinite lenses. So the only people that have seen me like just absolutely lose it are my best friends. You know what I mean? like the ones that have grown up with me since we were young, because they're the ones that see you behind the scenes. And it's you learn how to control the monsters.
Okay. You keep saying that. You keep saying like you gotta tame the, but like I don't like that
Why?
because I don't feel it like that. Like because I'll tell you this perspective that I have.
Yeah, give me.
When I think about how I want to approach my daughter and everything she is and everything I want her to be,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I really want to teach her to be tame. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
Right? And so, so we'll go to, I'm really into Kanye West has a new album. As we're recording this, Kanye West has a new album out. Okay, there's a song called Mama's Favorite. And at the end, in Kanye West style, he has like a long monologue, of his mom talking to him.
Yeah.
And he goes, Mom, do you think I'm too much? Do you think it's too much, blah, 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 blah? And she says, it gives me chills. She goes, you can't be a star if you don't have some oomph about you.
Of course.
Right? And I think it's not taming. It's like an understanding of like with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Right? And that doesn't have to be tamed. It just means you need to know the magnitude of what you carry around and how valuable that is when you bring it to the table. Would that be fair?
That's 100%. It's like how you perceive that information. That's exactly it. That's 1,000,000%. The way that my brain can like live with it is like exactly what you're saying. Just put it through my translation.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, but like I had this guy on one time and he was like, this is really all he said in short. He goes, words matter.
Words matter.
And I thought about that a lot and how much words matter and how, and they matter and they do and they don't.
Yeah.
But I really do think that like something that's really helped me a lot is to think about like how I speak about myself and others.
Yeah.
Like when talking to someone.
Yeah.
Or just as simple, I was having this conversation today of like when someone gives you a compliment, receive it, right? Because that's important.
It's so important.
Because in a weird way, you're feeling two needs.
Yes.
As human beings.
Yes.
To feel wanted and important and to feel congratulated and celebrated, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't allow that transaction to happen, it's weird. Like if I give you a compliment and you go, oh, well, my hairdresser just said that.
Oh, my gosh.
No
one cares.
Just
like, take the damn compliment.
But because guess what happens? If you actually receive one, you go, wow, that feels fan-fucking-tastic.
It does.
I'm going to go give somebody else a compliment.
That's the only thing sometimes you can give. And guess what? That's what makes you rich.
Oh, man. I was talking recently on this other podcast that I do. I do a podcast with a therapist. And I was saying that, like, I'm the Ed McMahon Couples Clearinghouse of emotional cash that like when I go out in public, I'm just giving out emotional cash as much as I can because I feel so wealthy because I take care of my own emotional health. Right.
Yeah.
And she goes, is that genuine? Do you really do that? I go, yeah, because if I don't, you don't see me. I'm at home. If I'm going out, I'm going out to be in the world and it's weird to say like make an impact, but like, I don't know. What if the cashier at HEB is having like a crap day and all I do is just go like, hey man, like, how's your day going? He's like, well, you know what? My manager sucks. And he tells you about his wife and then like, I don't know, his dog's maybe having surgery or whatever else. And I'm just like, hey, I appreciate you sharing. I hope your day gets better. What do you think that does for him? That didn't cost me nothing. And you're over there like, that sounds like I'd want to poke my eyeballs out, right? But
you're a sweeter man than me.
This is the way I look at it. It's like I work on processing who I am and that's my jam. Like I love that. That's why I'm here. So figure me out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But most people ain't doing any. No offense, most people, but no one's really putting in that kind of work.
Okay.
So when someone decides like trauma vomit on me, like accidentally, like I'm like, I didn't show up at this party to get thrown up on, but here we are.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, man, like, glad they found me, the guy that has worked on this so much that I can handle it, and did not find Jordan. I'm just kidding. Someone that
I'm
did
behind you, like,
no, somebody that doesn't care, or someone that just makes their day worse, or in fact, someone that maybe says something rude to them, or just doesn't even respect that they're having another interaction with another human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, what if I can make? I just said this to the golly. Talk about deja vu. I try. I don't know if this even matters. I try to be the tattoo person that people didn't know they were going to meet. Meaning that, like, I'm sure you can understand this, the preconceived notions of someone that is heavily tattooed and what they do, what kind of music they listen to, and what kind of person they are. And what if I can break that stereotype by being the sweetest motherfucker you just ever met? And how cool is that? Because that means they go out in the world and maybe they see somebody else and maybe they don't go, hey, that guy's going to steal my purse. Or that guy works at Freebirds. Maybe they're like, hey, that one tattoo guy I met was nice. Maybe that one's nice.
And then they get shanked.
Maybe.
I was fine.
That's possible.
I still cross the street.
Look, I went to a bar one time. Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever gone to a bar and they checked you for gang tattoos?
No.
I went to a bar and he saw I had tattoos. He goes, I'm going to need to see both your arms. I was like, he goes, I need to check you for gang tattoos. I was like, wow. I was like, I listen to 311.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like a gang.
I saw them. They were with Van Halen. It was cool.
Yeah, I listen to Van Halen, man. What is a gang? Are you talking about like the Van Halen gang?
So what if you had like a juggalo tattoo?
I don't know.
Like, does that, because I don't think they're a gang. I'm whoop whoop. Oh, dude. I stick with them, all of them. Juggalo, like, bro, I'm with them. I'm not, I have my own experience with that world, and they are good people.
Hey, you know what? I think there's a reason. Okay, look, there's a reason why groups and we'll just say cults are really attractive, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's there for the same reason, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's a group ICP or it's like the Parrot Heads or whatever else it is, there's a reason why, because like everybody's kind of there for the same. It's like when you like being a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
It's like when you show up at a sneakerhead convention. I mean, or we're sneaker, like we're all there to do the same thing. Everybody's speaking the same language. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely amazing because you're completely correct. Because when I first met ICP was backstage in San Antonio for one of their events, and Shaggy 2 Dope comes in I was with the Cottonmouth Kings, so like Chucky Chuck and D-Loke and all those guys, Taxman, Judge D, if I'm gonna say everybody, and like he comes in and like there's other people in the room. My like best friend was with me. They come in and he comes in and like introduces himself to everybody and says hi, and like you're like, oh, I'm never going back ever again on anything. Like this is, they were so polite and nice, and then like they go out on stage and you're just like looking at the fans. Like dude, the second they go out, they just start, 2 liters are just flying all over the place. And you're watching the fans, and then you're like, wait, you guys are like what I wish everyone was. Their phones weren't out. They were just enjoying. And then they sing like this one at the very end. It's like, oh man, it's about Shangri-La and all that, and like how like everyone's gonna go, and like everybody's just like all together and just and you're like, no corporate event could ever match a insane clown posse show. Like no corporate event could ever get this camaraderie. Like when you're watching,
because they're not there for the same reason.
They're not there for the same. When you watch undeserving fans, I'm gonna say it. I'll be the first one to say it. I've been to concerts, and I've watched concerts. Like when you're watching like somebody you really want to see, so you're gonna watch their live show, and you're like, ew, these fans like suck. Like these are the worst fans. Like these fans are literally either they're just recording or they're just sitting there, just standing. Worst fans suck. I like to look in, and these fans are just going ape. It's not even they're going ape. They're enjoying it. They're just enjoying themselves. And somebody could be like, oh, well, how do you know they're not enjoying themselves? Because look at them, bro. Look at them. Look at the footage. Go back when the next time you're watching a festival and they turn over, do you think that band deserved to look at that? Like, no, man. I think that's going to be the next testament to how good musicians are. Is like people are like, you're not allowed to bring your phone. You have to put your phone away. Get off your phone. A real musician is going to come through and figure out, how do I get them to my world and get them out of that world? Then they're going to have something. And that's my whole existence right there. I like that.
Well, because I think
Fred Durst does it.
yeah. I as our world goes like more AI and digital, right? I want to believe there's going to be this craving for real shit,
Practical.
right? Just like touching, like, like in person stuff, because everything else is going to feel. But what I worry about is that we spend so much time in the digital part that when you get out in public, you don't know how to fucking act. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know how to be with other people unless it's a situation like that where everyone knows why they're showing up, right? So I wonder, is it the fans' fault or is it the band's fault?
It's everyone's. It's the people that forgot that there's still, if you're going to an MMA event and all they do is care about just the online audience, it sucks because you got a live crowd right there. You got people that are showed up. Like, those people matter. Like, you got to care for those people. You got to figure out things. Like, that's why my respect goes out to Luis for creating like Knockout Bounty and stuff like that. Like, we got to engage. And, we have our announcer, Chad Fishborn. Like, he's like, Chad is amazing. He can like rally up both sides of the crowd and that's what you're supposed to do. Like, think about it. Like, this is still Roman times, like, and you're going to the Colosseum. Like, you got to earn people now. Like, if you can go through all these videos on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and you're scrolling and a photo can stop you longer than a video, it's not the photo. It's the art. It's the mastery behind the art. It's what's attracting. It's the energy. We're not really seeing anything. You don't really look the way you think you look. I don't look the way I think I look. The way I see you is not the same way that you see you.
100.
So we're not seeing the art. We're seeing the energy, the passion that the artist, the mastery put into it.
Do you think that's you as an artist being connected to something that's bigger than us?
Yes, all of us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm connected to.
Yeah. When things like that happen.
Yeah.
That's when you're really dialed in.
That's when I know that, like, I don't know what it is, but like that camera, my camera has saved my whole life. My camera is the whole reason that I even like doing, it's the only reason that I even got into looking at becoming peaceful, because I would take pictures of people of like, and they would send me it, and it would be like they're a kid on a dirt bike, but the thing is, like, it's for their grandfather, so it's on a cake. For like the dad's like grandfather is like cake for their birthday, and it's the kid, and it didn't do anything for me. And then it makes you want to be like, dang, how can I connect more? Like, I got to heal some stuff. And like, then you connect, then you like find like the beauty and stuff. And that comes through that camera. Like, you find that beauty in life and through tragedy. Like when you take a beautiful picture, and then you have such a beautiful conversation, and then somebody else hits you up and they're like, hey, can we get that photo? We're going to use it on their obituary. Ooh. And you're like, oh, my God. Like, my camera saved my life. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to back up.
Yeah.
To where I was like, I would have like my music and then my empty hand.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think yours is just as strong.
Yeah.
Because you have your camera. Okay. But then you have this journal.
Yeah.
So when you're gone, who reads that? Who finds that? How does that inspire them? It's almost better than the empty hand, to be honest. It's longer lasting, because my hand is only open as long as I'm alive. but yours goes on forever.
Yeah, but you can read that book and then you can write your own book. And then you can like mine are seriously just that's it. Like because yeah, like everything that I like live through, I like put into there. And I mean that's what post at random is. Just wait till you jump on that. That's gonna be shoot. Everything's got meaning. If I'm saying it, it's linking to something. And I like it. I like it because all we're gonna have, like our generation, we're not old yet, and when when Alzheimer's starts coming, is it gonna affect us like it affected the older generations? Because now we have so many more images. Old people, to me, are the ones that were like, "No, I don't. Why have your camera? You don't need it. Just put it in your head. I'll remember it." Yeah, they got Alzheimer's. They can't remember nothing. Is our generation going to be completely different? And by the time that Generation Z, are they even going to have it? Because they're so used to media. Like, will they forget? Like,
Well, I always think about it's like my daughter, right? I don't know if there's anything in the first like 12 years of my life that we still have, right? Like my pictures, nothing. I don't. My mom does.
Yeah.
I have some randoms here and there. I have days of her lives
yeah,
in my phone.
yep,
And so if we're going like, well, what happened in history? Well, it's right there in my phone.
yeah,
Like, what happened on that day, Daddy? Well, that's the day we did. Da, da, da. I mean, it's like right there. So maybe you still get Alzheimer's, but like the data is there to show. Like you go, oh, that didn't happen. You're like, well, I guess it did. Does it change just how you think? That's wild.
yeah. So that's the only reason that I even picked that camera up.
This final segment is brought to you by HeyJustBe.com. I believe that achieving balance in the mental, physical, and metaphysical aspects of your purpose through learning, serving, and creating can transform your life into one you truly enjoy living. Want to learn more? Visit www.heyjustbe.com.
So how I usually wrap this thing up is I ask people, what do they do to just be the best version of themselves? They could be good for everybody else. But I've asked Jordan to do something special for me. We talked a lot about like just you and the camera and how that has just changed your life. So I was wondering, like, tell me how like the camera makes you this best version of yourself that sits here now.
Makes me my best self easily because I'm getting more than photos. I'm allowing people to see themselves, the version that I know that they see themselves as. I can lock on to their energy. I feel like post at random is completely different. I feel like it can, as like it's reasoning to even exist. It makes me a better person because I can lock onto your energy. I can lock onto what I know you want.
Tell me more about Post at Random.
It was made when I was super out of my mind and trying to heal. And so people would be like, yo, where's Post? Because that's my last name. And so, oh, he's somewhere at random. And then I'm crazy, so I needed a double entendre, which is when will I see my photos? I'll post at random because there's days that you want to kill yourself. There's days you want to live. There's days you want to inspire. There's days that you can't put that out because even though it's brilliant, there's no energy in it. You'll get it when you get it, and slow down a little bit. And if people don't pay for photos and I just kind of just take them, they tend to be the ones that are like, yo, let me get that photo. And what they don't understand is I've made a lot of like people not liking me because they've been like, yo, can I get that photo? And I'll tell them straight up no. And they'll be like, oh, I'll buy it. And I'm like, no, like I never charged you. So no, you can't have it. It's because when I post at random, you're going to get a hit. Because by the time that event was over or whatever that feeling was, it subsided. You then went back to real life and it hurts you again and all this. And then that photo comes back for the first time and like puts you back. And that camera has made me a better person because I've learned how to like dial that. I've learned to give it the respect to calibrate it the right way. And this is coming to the end. I want to say one thing. Recently, my camera broke.
Okay, what kind of camera was it?
It was a Canon 1DX. It was 20 years old.
Okay, is this like your first camera?
It was the one that brought me through all of the professional, every single thing I have ever done professionally, I did on that camera.
Okay, and what happened to it?
It's just, we were at the event and all the buttons on the back just seized. And
No.
all I had was my one preset.
Oh,
So it just did what I did. And it was a long time coming. I'm going to say it like this. I don't know if anyone knows who Jesse James is from West Coast Choppers. I just took the front cover of his new book.
congratulations.
Thank you. And I saw that book at the very first, that Barnes & Noble. I went and bought that book at Barnes & Noble. It was one section over from the self-help books that I started everything on.
No way.
Fuck yeah. I don't know, but since I was like 14 watching Monster Garage, like, and then getting into welding, they say don't meet your, I don't want to say idols because I don't like that word. Don't meet the people you look up to or whatever. Guess who's not in the files? You get what I'm saying?
Who?
Jesse changed. I don't mean to interrupt you. Man, Jesse's a fucking, he put it out for me.
Did you show up as you?
Yeah.
That's what does it, though, right?
I guess, man. He was the only one. He can't, when he, man, he mentally changed my whole life. Because, like, he was like, hey, I got this front cover of my book, but, like, I have an idea and I think only you can do it. When you get told that by somebody that, I don't want to say talented because he worked his ass off to become like that. When you get that respect, drop the gate, flood the tank. Like, let's go. Like, and then like I get to go. I've been to his house. I've been to like the West Coast Choppers and going by it like as a teenager in Long Beach, and being like, dang, that'd be so cool to like work with that dude. And then you get to after Africa, after everything, after all the tours, I'm supposed to like just stick to one thing now. Like, I can't. That camera, man. That camera made it so that everything became possible like the way it has. Like, sure, like my mindset and like getting and being like, what else could I do? Like, that's awesome. But like the way I talk to like my God, the way that I talk to the universe, the way that I talk to people, the way that I help anything. Damn, dude. That's why it's so emotional. That's why I'm so dramatic. That's why I'm so emotional. Look at my photos. Like, you got to live in that 24/7. If you don't live in that, you're not
Tapped in.
You're not tapped in. You're not locked in. And like, I don't want to give you a photo of you just punching. Like, if you're in our MMA and, like, I don't want to get, I don't know. We could, I love what everyone else does. For my standard, when you do something, you want to keep it on par, right?
Right.
PAR stands for post at random. So keep it on par. Like, keep it on standard, man. Like, post at random is the standard. And I feel like as long as you're giving the energy, then you're on par. Then like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I know that sounds so cocky, but these people die. These people give their all. These people become paralyzed. These people, whatever you're doing, their kids are gonna want to see their dads and their moms like in these lights. Like, I will go first. If you're gonna jump out of a plane, I will jump out of a plane first just so I can get that shot. Because like, I'm not gonna be the person to inspire the world. But what if I could take the photo of the right thing that inspires the group of people that are gonna come through and change the world? Like, what if I could help do that? Would I be cool with that? Would like the Mufasa inside me be cool with like laying down and being like, all right, like, it's cool. Like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, just in a world where everything's going so fast, allow me to help lock onto your passion and let's kick the door down. And Davey Coombs from Racer X gave me that opportunity. that like a big one, like gave me that huge stage. And Jesse James, like I've worked with a million brilliant people. Please don't get me wrong. I love them. They've absolutely helped me take over the world that I'm taking over world. Those are like my backbones. Just those two were ones when I was like really sick. Like I had written. Hot damn, they worked.
Okay, I want to go back real quick. Earlier, you said you read and looked at pictures of Africa, right? Before you went to Africa. Okay, one, was it possibly seeing the pictures that got you interested in photography?
No.
Okay, but okay, fine. But two, do you think is that what you would call manifesting? Like if you were, or do you have a name you would put on that of like because it feels like doing that made all this other stuff feel possible. Is that feel right?
Yeah, you gotta. The way I would used to explain it is you gotta be willing to like shake the hands of the darkest side of your mind and sit with that and be like and like slow it all down to the point where like you can feel the blades of grass, you can hear sounds that you've never heard before, you can feel the crisp.
It's the beginning of 300.
There, you can feel all of it. And like, then the opportunity for something that you want comes with what your soul needs. And however you play that test, you'll know if you failed and you know how you'll win. And that's how I perceive all the information. And I think that like, yeah, it's 100% manifestation because nothing knows. It doesn't have any feeling. Like with money, with being whatever, it's just the experience. Like how long can you hold on to your mind while tying yourself to a pole in the twister? Like we're in the twister. We're in a complete twister. And that's what's going to show who's the real. And that's what life wants now. Like when people act like they like all these things, I don't know. This is all just a tangent. It's just going. But that's a talk for a different day because there's too many different huge block conversations. Like we've talked about pyramids of things, man. Like this is basically grab what you like and be willing to cry all of your all of your lies, your lusts, your redemptions, your cares, your I don't cares, your fuck yous, your yes, your obedience, your honor, the times you let down your best friends, the times that you betrayed everybody, the times you burnt, and you put it all into your craft. And if you can talk 5 minutes without crying about it, I don't know if I want to work with you.
I feel like it's very fair. Well, I mean,
too emotional.
Well, it's more of like, it's what's real. That's what feels the most real. It feels the most authentic. And when you're tapped into something like that, it's really hard for people kind of to not like you. It's probably like why we like bad guys in movies sometimes, right? Like why Denzel Washington in Training Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, because that was chess. That wasn't checkers.
You know, and I think that's when you're tapped in, I don't know, it has that appeal, I guess.
No, that's 100% it. It's so. I don't like the anti-hero. I like Superman. I like Batman. I'm very Jerry Seinfeld when it comes to this stuff. Like, I mean, it's cool. I feel like Blade is not an anti-hero. I feel like he came to just kill vampires. Like, that's his thing. Like,
right.
He's the best. He's the best. Because it wasn't like this, oh, I'm this, but I'm this. But I guess I'm an anti-hero if you think about it. Like, my buddy Tig and Mitch, who's Jackson Glass's dad.
Yeah.
We were like really close. And like, I don't even know where I was going to go with all that. Who cares?
Okay, did you have a good time?
I had an excellent time, man.
Are you willing to come back?
1,000,000%.
We'll just have you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
You're kicking me out.
No, I'm not kicking you.
I talked that much.
No.
I'm a Leo.
No, I'm not kicking you out. You have to do Ask Scottie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so I usually ask people to give me a hug. You down to give me a hug?
1,000,000%.
All right. Push that microphone out. Thanks. So I go heart to heart.
Yeah, no, that was great. That was good.
Yeah. Awesome.